So is this something that you're doing mostly all day, kind of checking the numbers and stuff?
Yeah, so it's weird how it works. With trading, if you're the type of person that's on it like every single second of the day, you're the type of person that has a very, very high attention span, and you have a lot of stamina. And
Would that be good?
That's not me.
But would it be good to be on that all the time?
If you're the type of person who can really stay on the markets all day and stay focused, bro, the money that you can is life changing. And regardless, it's life changing. But 2 to 3 hours a day is enough to make a life changing amount of money in the markets. And
really?
That's what I stick to, is like really like 1 to 2 hours. That's my sweet spot. Once I start going past 2 hours, like the markets just all start looking like whatever.
Really? So would you say that in those 2-3 hours, in the hours that you aren't, are you possibly missing out?
That's another thing with trading, is trading is a lot. It's mainly psychological, bro. It's easy, bro. There's 3 ways that the market can go. It can go up, it can go down, it can go sideways. That's it. It's never gonna go. It's never gonna go anywhere else.
Right.
So if you know that and you understand that and you have like the discipline and the patience, you understand it's gonna come back up, it's gonna come back down, and it's gonna consolidate and go sideways again. So there really is no missing out. Like the market is based off of an algorithm. It's gonna move not necessarily the same way, but it has like patterns that will occur consistently. And it's moved differently by like bigger banks and bigger institutions and like central banks and stuff. And that's a whole deeper discussion. But if you really understand the markets, there is no missing out. The markets will always be there. There's always going to be new opportunities. And
would you say you're more of a risk taker or a little more conservative?
When it comes to trading, I'm definitely more conservative.
Okay.
There are higher risk taking traders, but it depends on your style. So it's hard to say. Like anybody who trades, if you're a real true trader, you're taking risk. But it's not like gambling. It's not. It is a form of gambling, but it's a form of gambling that you can.
It's more strategy.
Yeah, you can add more strategy to it, and you can really calculate, your risk.
Right.
Again, I'm going into the casino trying to go against a dealer where there's nothing that I can control other than the hand that they give me, and I don't even have control over that. It's like I see this play. I'm trying to make this much money, and I'm only trying to risk this much money. So if it goes against me, I've only lost this, but I stand to make 5 times what I risked.
Yeah,
that's a 1 to 5 risk to reward.
Right,
and it's a better form of gambling, in my opinion.
Are you reading up on the news a lot for these things that you're associated with
every day?
Yeah,
every day. Yeah, that's the one thing that is consistent. Like you got to keep yourself informed. Let's just use an example. Let's say you wanted to buy UPS at $50. And if this is the difference between an investor and a trader. An investor would look at it like, hey man, I've been saving up for a little bit. I've been looking for an opportunity. UPS, boom, $50. I haven't seen it at $50 in however, and this is arbitrary, these aren't real numbers, but hey, this is a steal. I'm looking to put this $5,000 that I've saved up over the last however many months right into it, and long term, 5 years, 10 years, I'm looking to see what kind of return I can get. As long as I get a return, I didn't lose. A trader, though, if you see it at $50, you're like, that doesn't mean anything to you because it's at 50, but it could hit 40, it could hit 30, it could hit 20. So it's like, I'm really looking at like the technicals of the market, like the technical, like the charts, like the analysis that you see that people like look at and it looks all crazy and scary to people.
Right.
It's really not scary. It's just what we use to get into, because like I said, traders are really in and out on a daily basis. So that's what we use to get into positions, and we're like, hey, it's at 50. I agree with the investor. I think this is a steal. So it's at 50. The most that I can resist, or the most that I can withstand, is it going down to maybe 47. If it goes down past that, I don't want to be in anymore because it's making a different move.
Right.
But if it's at 50 and I'm like, hey, I think this has an opportunity to go up to 55. Put in $1,000, take it out at 55. It's $5K.
Right.
So it's like, that's why day trading is cool, because I've seen people make so much money, bro.
So are you buying and selling on differences of $1?
Yeah, it doesn't. And that's the thing is, like, I do have a system set in place, so it's not like and I don't trade stocks. I don't do that. Okay. I trade currencies.
Okay.
So I'll trade like the dollar, like the German British pound versus the dollar, or the euro versus. Yeah, I don't. Stocks are too much, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know any about the currency.
Yeah, and that's actually the biggest market. people in America are very familiar with, the stock market. That's all we really ever hear about. Oh, once you grow up, you get a job and you save your little money and you put it into the stock market and for your retirement.
Yeah.
Bro, there's so many different games that you can play.
I didn't know.
In the financial world. So I'm not a stock guy because stocks are so all your eggs in one basket type game. And when I do look at stocks, I like to look long term, and I don't really look for long term stocks. I look for groupings of stocks, which most people would refer to that as a mutual fund.
Right.
So it's like I'll take Apple and I'll take Microsoft and I'll take Boeing and blah, blah, whatever, and I want them grouped. And based off of how they perform as a group, that's where I want my money, so that all my eggs aren't in one basket. Because if Apple has a down day, I don't want my money going down. Right. Apple's having a down day, but Microsoft and Boeing are killing it today.
Up. Yeah, boom. Exactly. So it kind of evens out.
Right, I'm up. So there's different ways to do it, but from an investing standpoint, I'll mess with stocks and stuff. But when it comes to trading, I do not look at stocks, bro. I don't at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you then, obviously because we're talking about this, where did this begin for you? What made you get into all of this one day?
My mentor, man. Really what it was, bro, was so in high school, I played football and I played sports and I was always competitive. And
which we're gonna dive into that later.
Right, yeah. So I was always really competitive. And so once I, went through college and I played track in college, or played track, wow, I sound like a fucking noob. Ran track in college.
Right.
It was what it was. It got me my degree, and I'm ready to move on with that. But I kind of developed a love for finance throughout all of it. I was looking ahead. I didn't really have a full-time job, but I was like, I'm making a little bit of money on the side. Like, what can I do with this? Because I'm making money, but there's people that are making money that's making them money. Why can't I not take my 5K and grow it too?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I started to look. And the thing that really interested me was, and this is funny because this is a whole different world than trading, was retirement accounts.
Okay.
Because obviously, that's long term. You put your money in there, you're not touching that until you're 69 and a half or older. So that's where I started. Learning about Roth IRAs and, different types of investments to place within your Roth IRA and blah, blah, blah. And so it kind of geared me toward finance. And once I was getting near graduation, I got my job offer from Vanguard and I started with them. And I didn't start trading until the summer going into, that job. So I got hired right while I was in college, just about to graduate, probably a month out.
Wow.
There was probably a 3-month period that, they gave me time to start because there's licensing and stuff that you have to go through. So they gave me a little bit to prepare for that, blah, blah, blah. And over that period of time, I ran into a guy on Instagram that, I knew from way, way, way long ago. I used to run track with him actually. And so he would always post on his story, and what it was, bro, what got me was the numbers that he was posting. Was he would post a chart and I would see it and I have no idea what I'm looking at, just like everybody else. And this is something that a lot of people have seen, with trading becoming bigger over the last 6 months.
I guess within even the age that we are seeing it a lot more.
Right. So we're seeing a lot of people do, and this is actually different than trading. This is what I don't do.
Okay.
So there's the people that will go on Instagram and they want to promote and hey, we're doing Forex and we're blah, blah, blah. You can make this money, from your phone and you don't have to do anything. But really what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you into their group and sign you up. And so they're making money off of you monthly, off of you paying your fee. And they're just trying to sign more people up and get more people into the group.
Dude, that's the biggest thing that I've seen, and which is why a lot of people don't want to get into that.
Bro, and it ruins the game for Forex traders because it's and it doesn't ruin it because a true Forex trader, bro, I don't care what you do. You can do whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter to me if you ever trade Forex or not. For somebody who's doing, and it's called iMarkets Live, for somebody who does that, it's they're making their money. They're making a big portion of their money off of you signing up and you getting other people to sign up and build a team. And people have this perception now. Where does that
money go to? Their pockets or
It goes to a network marketing company. So there's one overarching company, and there's a person, who starts that company who does know how to trade, who does what I do, who does what I do. They're successful with trading. They're consistent. They're profitable. And so they start an academy to teach other people how to do what they're doing. But they attach it to residual income. And that's where the iMarkets Live and the signing people up and the earning residual income comes into play.
Okay.
So people have confused, you know, the actual, just the skill of trading and the activity of trading with the iMarkets Live. And so they're thinking, oh, in order to trade, I need to go sign people up and I need to do this. And it's not like that.
A lot of people have hit me up for that.
Dude, and it's so sad because like people really think Forex is signing people up to do what you're doing, to learn about trading. Bro, Forex has been around since like, if I'm not mistaken, like the 80s or the 90s.
Okay.
It's been a game, bro. And network marketing has been around for a while too, but they're two completely separate things.
Of course.
And so what got me into it was seeing not necessarily like the people posting about it on Instagram, because like I knew what Forex was because I was interested in finance. But my mentor, he would post the actual dollar amounts based off of, and we'll call it bets, but based off of like the certain bets that you would place behind a certain play, like a certain move in the market. And so I was seeing stuff like, okay, so if you take the minimum lot that you can possibly take, like the minimum bet, you know, $100. If you take 10 times that, which is still not a big bet, $1,000. And if you're taking 20 times that, or like 100 times that, excuse me, 10K, right? So it's like, and the only difference between the money earned is how much you put behind the trade.
Interesting.
So you don't have to be some like crazy, like you don't have, and the way that your money is earned is measured in what's called pips. So it's like I think it's like point and percentage. So like, let's say pips are just like let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you catch 5 pips on a play and you put $100 behind it, that's 500 pips. But if you put $10,000 or like $1,000 behind it, that's 5,000 pips. 10,000 is 50,000 pips.
It's a lot.
50,000 pips equates to, it depends on what's behind it, but it could be $50,000. It could be like, so once you start seeing that, you realize like it's not about, like I don't have to be somebody taking like huge plays from the market. I can catch 5 pips and make 50 grand. Like if you can catch, and that's,
you're just catching the market at a good time,
right? You can't possibly ever time the market.
Yeah.
But you can look at the market and look for clues to enter, and you know, think, hey, it's gonna do this. I'm gonna enter, and like I was saying earlier, the difference between a trader and an investor. If it hits 37 or 47, I'm out. But I'm out at 47, and I stand to make up to 55 or 60, whatever. So once you start seeing that difference, like that's what really got me into it, was like, bro, I've never seen anybody who can trade for 30 minutes or who can do any activity for 30 minutes and come away with a year's worth of income.
Damn.
Yeah. I've never like seen the ability to, and what really got me excited, bro, because I'm somebody, like I want to live a great lifestyle. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's not about the money, blah, blah, blah. And I agree. You're not going to be happy if you only have money. But if you have a lot of other things, you have your true happiness, you have your good people, you have something that makes you feel like you're making a difference in life, and you have money,
life's good.
Life is great.
Just
bro.
like Future said.
Exactly. Life is good.
Right.
100,000 now.
Well, that's crazy. Okay, so putting 3 hours in a day, is that consistent or is that every day?
So when you're learning, it's not gonna be 3 hours a day, bro.
Probably like, more?
Dude,
less?
way more.
Okay,
because
that makes
this
sense.
is a skill that it takes a lot to learn, but once you figure it out, you're good for the rest of your life. Like if you can find a consistent way to go into the market and make money, and you can pull it out every day, and you're good for the rest of your life. That's the hardest part, is people finding something consistent that they can go on with and pull out. Because a lot of people will try a bunch of different things that they heard from a bunch of different other traders.
Yeah.
And they'll get confused and they'll keep trying just do random stuff and they'll keep losing money every day. And they're like, bro, like, there's no way you can make money in this. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And there really is. It's just about the discipline, and it's more psychological than it is even learning the skill, bro. So
what has the impact been for you personally from, since you began? How has it helped or? Yeah, so really, bro, it's even freeing up time too. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, is once you get to the point where you're a fully, your income is really dependent on your ability to trade the market. Mm-hmm. You're so free from everything. It's crazy, bro. You literally have like FU money. Yeah. Like nobody can tell you anything. Nobody can tell you when to be where. Nobody can tell you what to wear when you show up. Like, bro, you trade for a few hours, you get your money, you get out, and you do whatever you want to do. Really? Yeah. So it's like the impact that it's had on me is it's really like driven me toward growth in every area, because there's so many lessons in trading that you can apply to life. Okay.
Like the discipline. You gotta have discipline in life. Whether it be the discipline to not take a bad trade or not take a trade that looks enticing, but you don't have the things that you're really looking for, and then you move into life. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna move into a certain endeavor if I haven't, if it's not showing me what I'm looking for out of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go move in with somebody if I know that they can't even pay their bills, if they're in debt. So it's like, there's so much that you can take from what you're learning in trading and apply it to real life, and it's like, it's the same game.
It's crazy.
One just pays you a lot more.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Obviously. Dang, that's interesting, man.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know. I'll look at any of that.
It's cool, man.
But what it sounds like, it's interesting, man. It sounds good. It sounds like it's very.
It's life changing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, that's cool to be able to basically make money, have the time to do whatever you like, and still bring in, sustainable money per se.
Bro, way more than you will actually earn what you're worth if you go into the financial market and learn how to trade. If you go and trade your time, because that's what people do. Everybody's a trader.
Yeah.
We'll go trade our time to make money.
Mm-hmm.